What's up, YouTube? This is Smitty, and I'm pretty sure my glasses aren't straight. These are new glasses. Check out my old videos in case you didn't notice. Um, yeah, new topic for me: phytonutrients. Right. So, a couple things I'm working on myself: stretching to release some of that brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and then there are 3 or 4 other factors that also get stimulated by stretching. I'm still researching that stuff. And I also started researching flavonoids, and more specifically, flavonoids in apples. It turns out that apples that are tart have more flavonoids, typically, not always, but typically. And the sweeter an apple is, the less phytonutrients it'll have, right? So I want to be able to explain what phytonutrients are in some kind of relative competency. So I'm going to go to my friendly chat GPT enabled app, Quality AI, and ask it about phytonutrients. So what are phytonutrients? Quality AI says phytonutrients, also known as phytochemicals, are naturally occurring compounds found in plants that have been shown to have health-promoting benefits. These compounds are not essential nutrients like vitamins and minerals, but they have been linked to reduced risk of chronic diseases, cancer, and cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. According to the American Institute of Cancer Research, there are thousands of different phytonutrients found in plant foods, such as each with its unique health benefits. Some common phytonutrients include carotenoids, flavonoids, and phenolic acids. Now, I'm going to ask it about flavonoids. I'm going to ask it to describe flavonoids. Flavonoids are a type of phytonutrient that are found in various plant-based foods. There are 6 main subclasses of flavonoids. Each subclass has unique health benefits. Flavones have found in parsley, celery, chamomile tea, and have been linked to improved cardiovascular health. Flavonols found in onions, kale, broccoli have been linked to improved cognitive function and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Flavonols found in citrus fruits such as oranges and grapefruits and have also been linked to improved cardiovascular health. Flavonols found in tea, cocoa, and berries have been linked to improved blood flow and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Anthocyanins found in berries, cherries, and grapes and have been linked to improved cognitive function and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Isoflavones is found in soybeans and soy products and have been linked to improved bone health and reduced risk of certain cancers. Now, how do you pronounce the first one, flavones? How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce flavones? Flavonols. Or I'm going to ask my chat GTP enabled app, Koala, my friendly chat GTP enabled app, Koala AI, to discuss and describe the mechanism behind isoflavones cancer risk reduction qualities. Cite relevant sources in MLA format. Isoflavones are a type of flavonoid found in soybeans and soy products. These compounds have been linked to reduce certain cancers, including breast and prostate cancer. The mechanism behind isoflavones and cancer risk reduction qualities is not fully understood, but several hypotheses have been proposed. One theory is that isoflavones act as phytoestrogens, which are compounds that mimic the effects of estrogen in the body. Estrogen is a hormone that plays a role in the development of breast and prostate cancer, and some studies suggest that phytoestrogens may help to reduce the risk of cancers by blocking the effects of estrogen on cancer cells. Another theory is that isoflavones have antioxidant properties which may help to protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage DNA and other cellular components, leading to the development of cancer. I like the second theory. Additionally, isoflavones have been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties, which may also contribute to the cancer risk reduction qualities. They're anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation has been linked to the development of several types of cancer, and compounds that can reduce inflammation may help to prevent cancer. The other aspect of this last flavonoid talks about isoflavones and bone health. And so your immune system, white blood cells come from your bone marrow, and so they may play a role in your immune response, right? If you get good isoflavones. So I asked my friendly chat GTP enabled app, Koala AI, to discuss and describe the mechanism behind to discuss and describe the mechanism behind isoflavones qualities that improve bone health. Cite relevant sources in MLA format. Isoflavones are a type of phytoestrogen found in soybeans and soy products, as we mentioned before. These compounds have been linked to improved bone health, particularly in postmenopausal women. The mechanism behind isoflavones' bone health benefits is not fully understood, but several hypotheses have been proposed. So several hypotheses have been proposed. And then it says one theory is that isoflavones may help reduce bone loss by inhibiting the activity of osteoclasts, which are cells that break down bone tissue. Studies have been shown that isoflavones can reduce the number and activity of osteoclasts, which may help to slow down bone loss and preserve bone density. I got something to say after I read this. Another theory is that isoflavones may help to stimulate the activity of osteoblasts, which are cells that build new bone tissue. Some studies have shown that isoflavones can increase the activity of osteoblasts, which may help to promote bone growth and prevent bone loss. Additionally, isoflavones have been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties, which may also contribute to their bone health benefits. Chronic inflammation has been linked to the development of osteoporosis and compounds that can reduce inflammatory and compounds that can reduce inflammation may help to prevent bone loss. Now, I have a theory that dehydration plays a role in bone loss because when your body's dehydrated, it needs minerals, it gets it from your bone, right? That's my theory. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, or I'm going to ask Koala AI if you can find any correlation between dehydration and menopause, right? I'm going to say, so I think dehydration might be an issue because I did a video on that before and it has to do with bone loss, So my postmenopausal women experience significant issues with dehydration. Cite relevant sources in MLA format. And then, yes, postmenopausal women may experience significant issues with dehydration. As women age, their bodies undergo several changes that can increase the risk of dehydration, including a decrease in total body water, a decrease in the ability to concentrate urine, and an increase in the prevalence of chronic conditions that can affect fluid balance, or chronic conditions, and an increase in the prevalence of chronic conditions that can affect fluid balance. According to a study published in the journal Women's Health, postmenopausal women are at increased risk of dehydration due to a combination of factors, including decreased thirst sensation, increased urinary output, and decreased renal function. The study also found that postmenopausal women who were taking hormone replacement therapy had a lower risk of dehydration compared to those who were not. Another study published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics found that postmenopausal women who consumed less than 1,500 milliliters of fluid per day had a higher risk of dehydration and were more likely to have lower cognitive function compared to those who consumed more fluid. So there you have it. Dehydration is an issue, definitely. And so, why might isoflavones help to hydrate people? I think isoflavones may play a role in preventing dehydration. So, what qualities in isoflavones might play a role in preventing humans from dehydration? Cite relevant sources in the format. There is limited research on the potential role of isoflavones in preventing dehydration in humans. However, some studies suggest that isoflavones may have a beneficial effect on fluid balance and hydration status. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that postmenopausal women who consumed soy isoflavones had a lower risk of dehydration compared to those who did not consume soy isoflavones. The study also found that soy isoflavones were associated with improved renal function, which may help to maintain fluid balance in the body. Another study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that isoflavones may have a beneficial effect on fluid balance in healthy young men. The study found that men who consume isoflavone-rich soy protein had a lower urine output and a higher urine concentration compared to those who consumed a control protein. While these studies suggest that isoflavones may have a beneficial effect on fluid balance and hydration status, more research is needed to fully understand the potential role of isoflavones in preventing dehydration in humans. So there you have it. It says young men and postmenopausal women, two different studies talking about isoflavones may play a role in dehydration and hydrating people. So if you're a swimmer, or if you cut weight, if you're a UFC fighter, if you're a wrestler or a boxer, soy is actually kind of good. Maybe we thought soy was bad because of the phytoestrogen content of soy or whatever. Maybe it helps us retain water, and that's why we're thinking it's bad, right? Water retention is bad, but actually, in some situations, water retention could be good because it could work to improve bone mineral density, so that when you're cutting weight, and you're fighting in your 5-rounder, and you try to prevent a leg kick and your shin gets hit, it doesn't break, right? So they stay solid. Anyway, this is about a long video, right? And I was want to say that I did all of this I wanted to learn about flavonoids, because there's a study about apples and flavonoids and tartness, right? And so, and I ended up concluding that soy or isoflavones are a very unique flavonoid, and most of the other flavonoids deal with cardiovascular health. And this particular flavonoid, they found so far that it's good for bone health, right? And that's one thing that it's good for. And it's also good for preventing cancer. And one correlation I found was that, there's this issue with dehydration that is sort of parallel to bone mineral loss. So whenever you have bone mineral loss, dehydration may be an issue. And as a swimmer, I am probably conditioned to be dehydrated more than most people, because I'm in the water all the time. That doesn't make any sense, but my body doesn't want to hold on to water naturally, because it gets it when it goes swimming. So in effect, I think eating soy may help people who are normally dehydrated, because whenever I get my DEXA scans, I always look at my bone density. Bone density is solid. Anyway, that's it for now. If you need help reaching your fitness goals or reaching your wellness goals, seek a fitness professional. If you want help from me, there's resources in this video, on this YouTube channel, and at iHeartGains.com. I'm Smitty. I hope you reach your fitness goals, and I'll talk to you next.